We found a photo. One person standing on top of a massive rock pillar. No caption, no context. But this one image set us off on a journey of discovery that was just the right mix of adventure and unpredictability that we love here on the Adventure Locker. Lately, the line between real life and AI feels harder to see. But when we sail, we know it's real. The motion, the wind, the silence, it moves something in us. We're also filmmakers, and when we chase a story or capture an image that gives us goosebumps, we know we've found something true. That's the world we live in, between the ocean and the lens, always searching for moments that make us feel. And we want to take you with us into that unknown, to chase images that stir emotion, and maybe uncover stories that might just unfold behind the lens.
Right now we're in Greece, and since day one, we've dreamed of reaching that place in the photo. We saw this rock formation online, and to be honest, we thought it's AI, especially this one. But apparently, it's real. Of course, nothing is ever that easy. If you saw our previous film, you know that I solo sailed to Crete. And it was the coolest but the most dangerous challenge I ever experienced in my life. And unfortunately, I messed up my back. 2 herniated discs. The pain shoots down my leg and makes it very hard to walk, let alone live the way we used to. For months, our life of movement, of discovery, just stopped. Doctors, therapy, acupuncture, they spent lying in bed. And it's been driving me crazy. I'm starting to feel like I'm losing myself. So, pain, no pain, I don't care anymore. I'm taking the break and we are going to Meteora. Bye girl, see you soon. Welcome to Meteora.
We came here for the towers, these giant rock formations that rise from the earth like mushrooms. As if that wasn't impressive enough, many of them boast 500-year-old monasteries perched on top. And even more unbelievable, they're still home to monks and nuns today.
I can't say I'm a religious person. Even though, being Russian, I was raised in the Orthodox faith. But this place definitely touched my heart, deeply.
But how? How are they even built? Who could have climbed these cliffs back then? And where was that cliff from the photo? We were caught somewhere between pure awe and 1,000 questions. So we knew exactly what we had to do. Find someone who could give us the answers. And if we only knew what we were about to discover.
Alright, so I'm staying here to film from this angle and you will go to film with guys, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Good luck.
Meet Vasilies and Teo, local climbers who we hoped would have all the answers. They invited us to watch as they put up a new climbing route.
It's super windy right now. So I am about 3/4 of the way up. I rappelled down from the top. Those guys are down there. And I think Vasilies just begun his route.
Although they use modern techniques, it turns out that climbing here is no modern phenomenon.
Meteora is extremely unique because there was life before, and a lot of years before. When you climb something and you say, okay, let's go at this route, and you say, okay, I will be there, I will be the first that climbing this way, and suddenly you go and you find something that proves that somebody else was there before you, a lot of years before you.
And there are two. It's one here and one there. So the grass.
What are you talking about?
So the grass that you can see, so is the rock.
Yeah.
And there's a small like patch of grass.
Right.
So below it, it's a hole. And it's a man-made hole. So probably somewhere around here was something like structure or fence, or you can call it whatever you want.
At another time, there were people out
Yeah.
here.
And let's say we found it by accident now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason anyone would find it otherwise.
People, the old timers, let's say, they were trying to find safer places. That's why they left the town and they moved higher. And also they were trying to find places that they could hunt and find food easier, let's say, on top of the rocks, because they could hunt birds easier, let's say. I'm talking for someone like even 2,000 years ago. For me, that's the most amazing thing that you can see.
Okay, so we saw some holes really high up on the wall, but could they really be that old? I was a bit skeptical, and Teo and Vasilies could tell. So they offered to take me on a bit of a hike to prove their narrative to me. What's the plan today?
The plan is to follow one of the ancient routes that locals were used to go up there, and we're gonna follow their steps.
Along the way, we passed ancient stone structures and even stumbled upon cave churches that look like they're still in use today. The view is unbelievable. I just wish Olya could see it too.
Don't worry, I had a good view too. Turns out, the monks aren't just masters of building monasteries. They're pretty good at making wine as well.
And then we got to the top, to this place. And honestly, I had no words, just wow.
Maybe from the 9th century, something like that. So at this side, we can see the 12 students of Jesus Christ. And here we can see it's the angel
Michael or Gabriel, the Virgin Mary and Jesus Christ inside, and I don't know what was at the right side. And over there we can see some signs. A wooden stick there, another one to the left. Somebody was living up there, a hermit probably.
Speechless.
And you can now go even more deep in the hill. Meteoros in Greek means elevated, or suspended in the air, or floating.
One of the first monks gave this name, Meteora, because he felt that he was suspending in the air.
The story begins on Mount Athos, once a spiritual stronghold for Orthodox monks. But by the 14th century, it was no longer safe. Pirates raided the coast, armies marched through the region, and political chaos threatened even the most sacred spaces. So the monks began to search for a new refuge, and they found it here, in Meteora. These towering stone pillars were impossible to reach without serious effort, a perfect sanctuary in a time of danger. When they arrived, they found locals who already knew these cliffs well, hunters, shepherds, and some hermits. They weren't monks, they were climbers, and they helped make the impossible possible. Soon the monks began full-scale monasteries, balanced on stone towers hundreds of meters above the valley. With no roads, no stairs, and no shortcuts, everything had to be pulled up by hand. Stone, timber, food, wine, books, chickens, and yes, even themselves. How? They built massive rope nets and hand-woven baskets, tied them to wooden winches, and hoisted each other into the sky, sometimes more than 300 meters off the ground. Imagine climbing into a swinging basket, held together by faith and frayed rope, hoping the monk above had a steady grip. Legend says that the ropes were only replaced when God let them break. I think that would make you think twice before stepping in. At its peak, Meteora was home to 24 monasteries, suspended between heaven and earth. Today, only 6 remain, still active, still sacred, and still watching silently over the valley, just as they have for centuries.
Call me lazy, call me smart, doesn't matter. Deal is deal. Today we are filming Vasily, who is going to climb all the way there, but with my leg, it's almost impossible to walk that far. So we decided that our room located in a very cool place in town, and I can film everything just from here. So stay tuned.
I didn't meet my grandfather, but I know for my father that he was climbing, he was a hunter, and my father always said me, okay, with my father, with your grandfather, we were climbing up here and we were hunting birds or, So when you go and you do climbing in a place that your grandfather was climbing, so you know that, it's a tradition.
And this is the shot we came to capture from the very beginning. But who knew that there'd be such a powerful story hidden behind it? These two figures standing on the summit, they're not just climbers. They're continuing what their ancestors began. The only difference is, today they do it for the love of the sport. But back then, it was for faith. It was for survival. Vasilies and Teo feel that history deeply. They build new routes beside ancient ones. They train the next generation. They're honoring the past, living in the present, and subtly shaping the future.
Look cool.
How I can look good? Filming this wasn't easy for me at all. But man, I'm so glad we did it. Not only did we meet some amazing, passionate people, but learning the tough history of this place, you just start to understand we are all capable of way more than we think. Thank you guys for such a cool experience.